Hello everyone, now let us start our next exercise, that is 4.3 quadratic equation of class 10. Before starting 4.3 exercise, I'll be teaching you one thing that is very important for quadratic equation, that is the quadratic formula. Okay, and before that quadratic formula, I'll be teaching you a method that is known as completing the square method, and this completing the square method will lead us to form the quadratic formula. Okay, so we know that a quadratic equation can be written in this form. Okay, now what I have done here, I have divided the whole equation with a. Okay, so this is the equation I have got by dividing with a. Now see here what I have done here. So I will be adding b square by b by 2a whole square and subtracting the same with this equation. Why I'll be doing that? To make this term a perfect square. That means now this term is actually in the form of a identity we have already read, that is a square plus b square plus 2ab. See, that means a plus b whole square. Understood? When you expand this a plus b whole square, you will find this term a square plus 2ab plus b square. Understood? And now as we have added this part, to neutralize this we have to subtract the same amount, the same terms here to get this equation. Understood? So you have to understand this thing, that I have added the same quantity and subtracted the same quantity. And why I have done that? To make this a perfect square. Understood? To make this part a identity, that is a plus b whole square. Understood? Now I can solve this rest of the parts like this. Understood? So I have transposed this part to that side. Now see here, we can solve for the x. We need to solve for the x, right? So we will be transposing all the terms to that side to make sure that only x remains on the LHS. So here I have taken 4a, this 2a whole square will be 4a. So 4a I have taken as LCM. Now by solving this part, we will get here b square minus 4ac divided by 4a. Understood? And this square will go there and it will become the root. Yes, I hope you know this, that if square is transposed to that side, it will become root, and with a plus or minus sign. Understood? So root of plus or minus sign. Now transposing b by 2a here, we will get minus of b by 2a plus minus this whole term. Okay, now I'll be taking out 4a from this here, and this will be 2a because okay, this will be a square. Okay, I was doing a mistake here. This will be a square because 2a whole square will be 4a square, not 4a. So I can take out 4a square out of this root and this will become 2a. So our final, now both the denominators are same, so I can take LCM here. Final equation would be this. Understood? So by this formula, putting all the values here, we can find the value of x. So this is our quadratic equation, and this method is called completing the square method. Let me revise once again. First of all, what we have done, we have divided by a. So that is our step 1, in which we have to divide the equation with the coefficient of x square here. Understood? Whatever the value of a would be. And then what we will do, we will try to make this as a perfect square. The identity of a perfect square, that is a plus b whole square. And that is our step 2. Next step, we will just solve the equations and solve the rest of the part and transpose it to that side. And then we will do the solution. We will solve for x. So obviously x should be remain here. Yes. And our final equation will be this. Just by doing 2 steps, we can solve and get our quadratic equation. Understood? This is how we get our quadratic equation, and this is the formula for, this is the method for completing the square method. Understood? Let me do a question from the exercise to make it more clear. So let us do the first question of the exercise 4.3. Now our first step was to divide the equation with the coefficient of x square, remember? That will give us this equation. Now we can see that this is x, this is b, this is a, this is c, this is a. Okay, and as I have already told you that we need to add and subtract b by 2a whole square. Remember? So b by 2a whole square we need to add here and subtract here. So which will give us this equation. Understood? This is b by 2a whole square, and we have added this and also subtracted this. Understood? Now we have got here a square minus 2ab plus b square. Can you see that identity? So solving this, we will have a minus b whole square. Understood? And similarly we will solve this part and transpose it to that side. We will get 25 by 16 here. Now we will transpose this square to that side, and remember what square becomes when it is transposed to that side? Yes, it will become root over with a positive and negative sign. Understood? So I have just solved the root portion here. 25 root is 5 and 16 root is 4. Now we can easily solve this. We will have two answers, remember, because this is quadratic equation. We will have two answers, that is, so one is 7 plus 5 by 4 and another one is 7 minus 5 by 4. So the final answer is 3.5. Understood? 3.5 are the two answers for this x. Understood? Now let us move on to one more part of question number 1, that is the third part here. Understood? Now I'll be applying the same method here. So what will be the first step? That is dividing the equation with the coefficient of x square. Understood? Now this is a very interesting part here. See, we need to multiply with, we need to add and subtract with b by 2a whole square. Yes? So what we need to add or subtract here? So what is the value of b by 2a here? That is root 3 by 2. Understood? I've done a mistake here. This should be 3 by 4 because I have divided with the whole equation with 4, right? So this is 3 by 4. Now you can see that what we'll get here by applying the formula for a plus b whole square, x plus root 3 by 2 whole square. Okay, and solving the rest of the part here, we will get, now see, these two became equal, so obviously these two will cancel out. Now our equation is left out with this part only. So obviously when we transpose this square to that side, this 0 will remain as 0 only. So the final answer for x is minus of root 3 by 2, and we have two values of x and both the values are equal, so we'll just write them twice. Now see here students, we could have done this question in a different way, that is, this is itself a perfect square. Yes, so I could have written this 4x square as 2x whole square. Now this 3 here I can write as root 3 whole square. So this is a square and this is b square, so this have to be a plus 2ab. Now let me check if it is 2ab or not. So yes, it is 2ab. Understood? That will give us the a plus b whole square formula, and our answer would be minus root 3 by 2. It is same. Understood? So this is also one method and this is also one method. Actually both are same method, but I wanted to teach you the same method for all the questions, so I have taught you this first. Okay, and this method we have been doing since we were in class 8. Yes, and this root 3 is a new thing. Otherwise we have done this part. Remember? Now for question number 2, we will be taking the fourth part of question number 1 and solving with the quadratic formula. So let's just write the quadratic formula here. And now you know how this quadratic formula have came. Yes, we have formed the equation first. Now we know what is the value of a, b and c here. Just put the value and get the answer. Yes. So see here student, what happened when we solve the portion inside this root, we have a negative here. Yes, since root over negative is not a real number, so we cannot have any solution for this question. Okay, you can try any method, you will not find a solution for this question. So there is no solution for this question. Understood? So let me talk about that part of the quadratic equation. So as we have already studied about this quadratic equation, now this portion inside the square root, we call it discriminant. Okay, so we call it D, discriminant, and the D is equal to b square minus 4ac, and this b square minus 4ac, that is the discriminant, will decide whether we have a proper solution for the answer, or we have equal solutions, or we have what kind of solution. Okay, so for that, if D is greater than 0, we can have, or we can have a situation that D is equal to 0, or we can have a situation that D is negative. Okay, so if D is greater than 0, we will have real roots and the roots will be unequal. Yes, if the D is equal to D is greater than 0, then we will have real and unequal roots. Understood? And if the D is 0, we will have real and equal roots. Understood? If D is negative, then the roots will be imaginary or non-real. Understood? Imaginary or non-real. I have explained the imaginary numbers in my number system videos of class 9th. If you can watch it, it will be better for you. So we have real numbers and imaginary numbers. Imaginary numbers are non-real numbers. Okay, understood? So this is what described by discriminant. So first of all, we find the discriminant and then we check. If we have D is negative, then we don't have any solution. Okay, we just write that there is no solution. Understood? So let us move on for question number 3. So we have a simple equation here. Now we just have to solve the equation and form the quadratic equation by simplifying it by using the LCM method like this. Okay, now by using cross multiplication, we can solve this further. So our equation is x square minus 3x plus 2. Okay, we will be solving this with the help of quadratic formula. Just put the value of a, b, c and get the answer. Okay, so our two answers are 1 or 2. Understood? So this is the required answer. I hope you are getting the method here. Let's move on to the next question, that is question number 4, which is a word problem. Here they are saying that sum of the reciprocal of Rahman's age in 3 years ago. 3 years ago and 5 years from now is 1 by 3. Okay, now so I am taking the present age be x and it will be x minus 3 years ago, and 5 years from now it will be x plus 5. Understood? And we need to add the reciprocal of these. Okay, so we have got this equation. Now solving this, just like the previous question, we will get our quadratic equation, that is. So our final equation is x square minus 4x minus 21, and we will be solving this equation with the help of quadratic formula. So just put the value of a, b and c here, and we will get the value of x to be. See here students, we can apply any of the 3 methods here unless and until it is not mentioned in the question. Okay, if the question mentions a method, then you have to use that method only. So our answer is 7 and minus 3. Okay, so obviously we will be neglecting the negative sign because age cannot be negative. So 7 is the correct answer. 3 years ago he was of 4, and 5 years from now he will be 12. Okay, so 7 is the correct answer. Now if we apply the splitting the middle term here, then also 7 3s are 21 and 7 minus 3, that is 4. Okay, so we can apply any of the method here. Understood? Now let us move on to the next question, that is question number 5, in which they are saying that the sum of Shefali's marks in maths and English is 30, and if she would have got 2 marks more in maths and 3 marks less in English, then their product would have been 2100. Now let us take marks of maths be x, and therefore the English marks will be 30 minus x. Okay, now see students, as I have been already telling you that you can also take this as x and this as y. So for that we will have an equation that x plus y equal to 30, and from that we can find that y equal to 30 minus x. Okay, so in 2 variables also you can do, it will fall into the 1 variable automatically. Now they are saying that 2 marks more in mathematics and 3 marks less in English. So I have subtracted 3 from English marks and added 2 from mathematics marks, and they are saying that product of them, therefore we will do the product and the answer would be 210. Understood? So this is how we will form our equation, and our equation would be, so this is the required answer, and I'll be doing this with splitting the middle term method because I can clearly see that 12 into 13 is 156. Yes, I hope you guys remember the splitting the middle term method. Yes, Therefore, the answer would be, and since both are positive, therefore both the answers are applicable here, and we can take 13 as maths marks or 13 as English marks. Therefore, vice versa will be for 12 also. Okay, I hope you are getting the concept here. Stay home, stay safe, and keep learning. Okay.